My name is Mike Bartle, and my presentation about the famous dude is about Martin Luther King. And I chose to do his major accomplishments. He led the Montgomery bus boycott. On December 6, 1955, an African American woman named Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat for a white person was arrested due to segregation, and this led to the Montgomery bus boycott, which was organized and planned by Martin Luther King. The boycott lasted for 385 days, and King was arrested, and his home was bombarded and subject to personal abuse and threats. The protest ended on December 20th, 1956, and the court ruled that segregation on buses was unconstitutional. Another major accomplishment for him was King was first president of SCLC, and that stands for the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. And he was inspired by the bus boycott along with other civil rights activists, and they founded that organization. And in 1957, their efforts, King was the president of it until his assassination in 1968. The SCLC had a large role in the American Civil Rights Movement. Another major accomplishment of Martin Luther King Jr. was he led the Birmingham campaign. And until the 1960s, the Birmingham was one of the most racially divided cities in the U.S. Black citizens faced discrimination both legally and culturally. In 1963, King started a movement which was known as the Birmingham Campaign. When the campaign ran low on adult volunteers, it recruited young students and even children. The campaign gained national attention where the Birmingham Police Department, led by Eugene Bull Connor, used high-pressure water jets and police dogs on the children. The movement ended with Connor losing his job and the manipulated government changing the city's discriminatory laws. More of his accomplishments was he was instrumental in organizing the Great March on Washington. King represented the SCLC and was one of the leaders of the Big Six civil rights organizations who organized the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. This march took place in Washington, D.C. on August 28, 1963. It was a success with over 250,000 participants, making it one of the largest political rallies for human rights in U.S. history. And another accomplishment was his speech intensified the civil rights movement. During the March of Washington, Martin Luther King delivered his famous I Have a Dream speech from the steps of the Lincoln Memorial to the gathering of over 250,000 people. In his speech, helped move the push for change and helped with the civil rights movement. It was ranked the top American speech in a 1999 poll of scholars.